Here we are heading out to the northern road where Bigfoot put up their recent roadblocks. I believe the reason they did that was because me, Dan McLaughlin, and Abe Del Rio, well, we kind of invaded the area, and I knew that's where they were nesting. That's where they were hanging out. So basically, uh, since that time, which was a couple of weeks ago, they have put up a new roadblock in the middle of that road, and it is right around the area where Abe and Dan and I had parked. We had parked the van when we were going back on the night investigations, hooting, howling, knocking, and whatever we did during the day or during the night. It's really not very far from my home, and what I wanted to point out was that this roadblock, it's just not your average and everyday roadblock. It's I'm just going right over there. So basically, um, what they did was they came around and they knocked over trees. And of course, a lot of people can say, well, that's not evidence. In my case, I am saying it's not quite physical evidence, um, but those that already know that they exist and those that already have had encounters, whatever you want to call them, habituators, they would be able to understand this message, fairly clear. They had one, I had just passed the first one. Anyways, there's one of them coming from the right side of the road. But here is where we get to the guts and the glory of what I'm talking about. Now the trees are broken down and pushed across the road from both sides, and basically what I'd like everybody to notice is that these trees, they're not bent, they're not cracked, so I'm not thinking the wind and that this is simply wind damage. It's too much in a row, all uprooted from left to right, in my mind, to simply say, okay, well, this is simply wind damage or snow damage. They are from both sides, coming from both sides, and there are several of them, about 12 of them altogether, I believe, going all the way down the road. Let's see if I can raise this far enough to see that last one in the back. A couple more. I don't know. I guess I'll just walk over there and show it. Right here, what we got. And I'm kind of stepping all over without looking for tracks either. It's uprooted. See, the roots from the bottom are simply broken off. So I think what they were trying to do is send a message to try and say, this is our territory. This is for us, and basically not you. There we go, some more back there. You can see. So they're basically from the left side of the road as well as the right side of the road. Now, of course, there's always going to be, someone who's going to say, well, that's that's really not, it's not very significant, but to me, oh shoot, I think I just stepped on a track. This, like a heel. Well, feels like a track, but I can't be sure. So, that's what I think their intention was, and simply because it was all three of us, and we pretty much invaded their territory, and we weren't very respectful when we did it, and I think that's why they put up this this small road blockade. And I don't think it was simply wind damage. No, I don't. Not when all the trees are coming from different directions, specifically going across the road. I believe it's just simply an intentional message, basically to say, this is our area, you know it's our area, why don't you give us a measurement of peace, you know, when perhaps they'll come into the village when they want to communicate or something like that. Pretty sure they're upset with me. So this is the recent Sasquatch doings. Abe had mentioned that it could have been the wind, or it could have been the snow. But like I said, I mean, coming from each direction, all specifically in the spot where we were parked, I'm taking it as a message that perhaps that we've gone too far. Having said that, and having shown the road blockage in the daytime, what I should do is I'm going to walk back here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, of course, we can't just simply say all of it is Sasquatch activity. There are trees that, you know, can fall over due to wind and things like that. But I'm thinking, you know, if anything, one of these could have been done by the wind. But all of them, I'm highly doubting it. We removed 2 trees already from this area. Here's one coming out, and the bush part of the tree where the leaves were growing and everything. And you can see that this was a live tree. The leaves were budding, and it was broken off maybe, I'm going to say about 8 feet up. Yeah, that's about 8 feet. And then there was another one right over here that was broken off and laid out onto the middle of the road. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here we go. 2 of them. There were 2 of them. These ones we removed off the road. You can see it's laying right there. It obviously kind of shattered. One of them was dead. Now that could have been wind damage. That other one that's dead, the shorter one, that could have been wind damage. But the other ones, the live ones that were laying across the road, I'm going to assume that this is actual activity of Sasquatch making a boundary. That's all for now.